Welcome to Wednesday Night Storm. Last episode, World Champion Samoa Joe called out the masked assailant who's been attacking people for the last month, and now we wait to see if that man will answer Joe's challenge. I'm waiting. If you're as tough as you think, get your ass out here right now and face me. I know what you're after. Oh my God. That's Kenny Omega. Wow, well, folks, I don't really know what to say about that we've just seen from Samoa Joe, and we still don't know who might be behind all this, and what we do know is that the Fatal 4-Way that was supposed to decide the number one contender is now canceled for today, but we have maybe an equally big story here is Buddy Murphy coming out after his destruction of Sin Cara last week with the help of Ricky Steamboat, who you see. So apparently Buddy Murphy has aligned himself with the legendary Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Beat Sin Cara last week with the help of Steamboat, and now this week he will take on a former GAW Cruiserweight champion. And that Cruiserweight champion is Pac. Lost his title at Nitro 9 just about a month ago. Coming out in some white gear tonight. Very interesting from the absolute savage from Newcastle, the bastard they call him. He'll get a chance to derail the momentum of Buddy Murphy before it even begins. It's Pac versus Murphy with Steamboat in his corner, and it's next. 10-minute time limit in this match here, and we still don't know from Ricky Steamboat what his motivations are for aligning himself with Buddy Murphy. Although this is a pretty good man to attach yourself to, I think. Murphy calls himself the best kept secret, and it's because he comes from much smaller promotions. Beautiful Dragon Rana from the top, going for the early win on Pac with the pin. No. Yeah, Murphy's wrestled in smaller promotions. People don't really know much about him. He's young. But if there's a guy that you can attach yourself to, this is going to be the guy. Murphy wrestles fast and fluid, keeps the pace up in matches more than almost any wrestler that we've seen, even in the Cruiserweight division. And on top of that, Murphy has the strength to compete with guys that are much heavier than him. Now, Pac going for the pin off the DDT. No. Murphy kicks out. He's competing in the Cruiserweight division now, but he's held heavyweight titles in several other promotions that he's been with. And you can see just such a unique style. Wrestles with fluidity and pace, but also a frightening amount of strength for his size. Ricky Steamboat may have found himself a man for the future, and now Murphy, it looked like he kind of fell off that top rope. I think Pac maybe had contacted him early, but then Pac going for the celebration. Murphy turns into a Northern Lights suplex, and Pac kicks out. Weird sequence there, and this is what Pac does to people. Unorthodox style himself, and now Murphy going for the knee, and Pac evades. Murphy sets up the knee with that patented series of chops and strikes. Unique. And now Murphy beckoning Pac to his feet, lays the kick in. He's got the pump handle. We know what this is. He's hit it on Sin Cara. Murphy's Law. Steamboat loving it down there. Is Murphy going to win against the former GAW Cruiserweight champion? And he does. Buddy Murphy puts away the bastard. Beautiful Murphy's Law. That Dragon Rana early on in the match looked like it may have had the win early. Huge win from Buddy Murphy. in his first match with Ricky Steamboat in his corner. The Dragon has to be happy with what he's seen. Murphy puts the former Cruiserweight champion away in short order with Murphy's Law. And now we may have the new #1 contender in the Cruiserweight division. Wins over Sin Cara and Pac. Where is Murphy headed next? We don't know, but where we're headed next is Aleister Black's first match back. Well, this is certainly a unique match that we have here. Aleister Black making his return. It was 3 weeks ago that he was assaulted by the man that we now know is targeting the top contenders for the GAW World Championship. All we ever got was that photo of Black on the ground. Black last week making it clear that he will return, and he is doing so tonight. He was scheduled to compete in the Fatal 4-Way for the #1 contender to the GAW World Championship, and now that match has been canceled. Black is the only man now active, of course. We still haven't heard from Kazuchika Okada in Japan. Cody Rhodes still recovering after being attacked last week by a masked assailant, and now, of course, this week it was Kenny Omega who was laid out on stage at the opening of the show. So Aleister Black is the only man who seems to be at least somewhat healthy, and he is not happy with this turn of events. And the man he will be facing is one of the other men involved in that 8-man tag match 5 weeks ago. I know it feels like such a long time, but the Hangman was on the losing side of that match. And of course, you know, you hate to speculate, you hate to be suspicious of people that have given you no reason to be, but there is at least motivation for the 4 men that were on the losing side of that match to be the masked man attacking the #1 contenders for the World Championship. So again, you hate to speculate, but you feel like maybe Adam Page would be a suspect, I think, would be the right word for it. So it's hard to say. But right now, again, we can't speculate because he has a daunting task ahead of him. Aleister Black clearly frustrated with what's going on, but eats the drop kick from Hangman. There's so much we don't know about the World Championship picture right now, with all the men that were supposed to be competing for the #1 contendership having had run-ins with whoever this strange masked competitor is, and Paige just trucks the referee on his way to the top rope. We don't see him come up here very often, but when he does, it can be dangerous. Massive shotgun drop kick. This is a different side of Adam Page than sometimes we see. Now going for the pin on Aleister Black. Black kicks out. Big drop kick. Paige really taking it to the Dutch Destroyer in the first minute of this match. Black going for, it looked like the kitchen sink. Paige evades, and now DDT. Paige going to the other side. I think we know what he's looking for. It's his patented buckshot lariat springboard. No! Aleister Black manages to evade that. And now Black with the exploder suplex. Beautiful look of that. Aleister Black, of course, mixed martial arts background. He's so dynamic. So dangerous as a striker. Oh my God. Just with that quick roundhouse, and now Black setting up for the Black Mass. Paige up to his feet. Black letting him do it. This is what's dangerous about the Black Mass. Aleister Black usually actually performs it in pairs almost. He did it to Drew McIntyre. He performed 2 Black Masses to the Scottish Psychopath. So this match, obviously not for #1 contendership or anything, and it's hard to say what the status is of the GAW World Championship. Samoa Joe did not get his answer about who the masked man was, although next week he might, given that disturbing message that we saw when Samoa Joe was out earlier today. Burning hammer from Hangman Page. And now Paige targeting the arm of Black. Look at the stomps straight to his hands. You gotta question the strategy. Black, of course, is a kick specialist, but Paige, I thought maybe he was setting up for Deadeye, but Black gets out of it, and now with the Olympic Slam. And now Black repaying in kind, targeting the arm of Adam Page. As far as the Women's Championship goes, that's also in question. Oh, Aleister Black trying to make Paige submit here with this single leg crab. Black obviously very proficient in submission maneuvers given his background, but Paige able to get out of that. And now Paige setting Black up again, and Black puts in the elbow. Avoids potentially the Deadeye. Frightening strength and power from Aleister Black. He's already hit 1 Black Mass in this match, obviously. It was very early on, double knees to the back. So when it comes to the Women's Championship, we know about as much about that as we do about the men's. Of course, Asuka attacking Charlotte Flair after Charlotte had promised she would explain her actions. It's been radio silence from both of them this week. We assume Charlotte Flair is still recovering from that attack. So maybe next week we'll learn more. Black now stalking his prey here. Maybe the most dangerous man in GAW. Beautiful standing cutter from Aleister Black. We don't always see him break that one out. Is that good enough to put away the Hangman? And Paige kicks out at 2. The variety of Aleister Black's offense is really incredible. It's not something you see every day. This is going to be the kill shot right here. We know what this is the prelude to. Black Mass. Hangman is out. Aleister Black, without question, wins this match. It's his first match back after being attacked. And he has made his intentions clear to the rest of the division and whoever the masked man is that's been attacking GAW wrestlers. Aleister Black is a force in this division.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yes, it's our main event of the evening, and with all the craziness surrounding Samoa Joe's World Championship that has been going on today, we've basically forgotten to mention that there is a title on the line tonight. It's the Intercontinental Championship. For the 3rd time in 4 weeks, there will be a title on the line in the main event of Wednesday Night Storm. Walter, of course, beating Kofi Kingston with that massive lariat last week, and Kingston, of course, vowing to be a fighting champion, he agreed to take on Walter for the Intercontinental Championship tonight on Storm. It's been a crazy episode. Will we see a title change? And here comes the Intercontinental Champion. It would be disappointing if Kofi loses his title tonight. Of course, he is so popular, so fun to watch. I mean, I'm smiling just watching his entrance right now. This man really is something else. It would be a shame if he loses his title. But I got to stay unbiased. I don't have a rooting interest. I'm just saying, from a fan's perspective. The Intercontinental Championship is on the line in our main event next.
Introducing the challenger from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 310 pounds, Walter. Introducing the champion from Ghana, West Africa, weighing in at 212 pounds. He is the Intercontinental Champion, Kofi Kingston.
No time limit for this match. We will walk out of Wednesday Night Storm with a champion, one way or the other. Walter just immediately taking it to the very, very popular champion. Gut wrench bomb. Walter, one of the overall strongest competitors in GAW. Kingston, very smart, rolls out of the ring and answers with the Hurricane Rana. This is a real clash of styles here. Kingston, while not exactly a cruiserweight, certainly moves like one, but deceptive strength from a man of his size. And then, of course, Walter, just a powerhouse in every sense of the word. Walter believes he is owed this title. The title first won by the legendary GAW champion AJ Styles. A 10-year history in this belt. Walter now trying to pin the champion. Kingston kicks out immediately. Men like AJ Styles, Kenny Omega, CM Punk, some of the greatest wrestlers in the history of GAW have held this title. Kingston won it from Adam Cole 3 weeks ago. And now trying to consolidate against the dangerous Walter. Avoids that strike. Kingston with the beautiful satellite DDT from the middle rope. Working on the arm. Smart strategy here from the champion. It was the lariat that put him away last week, and now the lariat connects. And Kingston out at one. Walter thought that lariat would be enough. It was last week. Kingston finding another gear. Got the waist lock, and Walter out immediately. Two men squaring up. Walter has yet to win a championship in GAW. This is Kingston's second. He's been a tag team champion before. Side Russian leg sweep. Boom drop coming from Kingston. Electrifying move. The fans love it. Going for the pin. Boom drop, not enough. What a match this has been so far. Walter trying to land that kick. Kingston. Beautiful monkey flip from Kofi Kingston. And answered with the big boot. You can't keep this man down for very long. Walter, it was quick offensive moves there, and now setting up for the power bomb. It's one of the most dangerous power bombs in the world, and Kingston wisely evades, but just immediately walks into that hip toss from the challenger. You're seeing why Walter is so difficult to beat, why he is so feared all over the world. His size and strength is almost unmatched. combined with his excellent knowledge of human anatomy and his extensive training all over the world. But now Kingston answers with a little forearm, and Kingston back into the ring, waiting for Walter, and Walter snaps Kingston against the ropes. And Walter with that twisting cutter. Kingston might be bleeding, I think, maybe from his forehead. Walter really trying to press his advantage against the champion. Walter going for the pin. Referee a little slow to get there. 1, 2. Kingston kicks out. Well, the kick not having an effect on the champ. Kingston tosses Walter into that corner and cannot consolidate with an offensive move. And Walter using the ropes now. Every corner, every inch of this ring Walter can use to inflict damage. Massive stomp. Oh, Kingston! Look at the strength from Kingston, the arm toss. And now the champ trying to work his way back into this match. Bit of a shoulder barge there from Kingston. Olympic slam on the 300-pounder. Wow. Kofi Kingston, where is this bit of energy coming from? And Walter shuts it down almost immediately. Looking for the power bomb on Kingston, and again, Kingston evades. Very smart from the champ. That power bomb is as dangerous a move as you will ever find. Walter into the corner, monkey flip, Kingston. Walter up, Kingston, springboard, cross body. And now Kingston going into the pin and rolling away. Not enough to pin the mighty challenger. Kingston looking for trouble in paradise. It put away Adam Cole to win this title. Walter gets out of the way. Trouble in paradise again, and Walter gets out of the way. And now gut wrench. Suplex from Walter. Oh my God. The massive 300-pound Walter going up top. Kingston, though, gets up, and Walter answers with the diving forearm. You don't often see a man that big go to the top rope. He does it with effectiveness. Kingston has him in the corner, laying in the strikes on the challenger. And Walter manages to push him away, but not after the damage had been done from Kingston. Falcon arrow from the champ. That's on a 300-pound man, and Walter kicks out at 1. I told you, Kingston's strength is deceptive for his size. He moves like a cruiserweight, but he has the strength to compete with men as big as Walter. Kingston laying in 2 kicks. Trouble in paradise, and it's caught into the exploder suplex from Walter. And the massive challenger just admiring his handiwork here. Catches the trouble in paradise, turns it into an exploder. Walter actually allowed Kingston to get to his feet, and it backfired. Kingston lands trouble in paradise. Has to drag the challenger into the middle of the ring. Rolls him back over. Kingston trying to retain. 2, 3. Kofi Kingston does retain. Walter was admiring his work a little bit too long, and it cost him. Kofi Kingston made his way to his feet, landed trouble in paradise, and that was enough for Kingston to retain the Intercontinental Championship. It's been a pretty straightforward division compared to some of the World Championship scenes, the men and the women. Kofi Kingston earns his belt after beating the massive challenger. The fans love it. I love it. Kofi Kingston is Intercontinental Champion. Next week on Storm, hopefully we'll learn a little bit more about this masked competitor that's been attacking World Championship contenders. But for now, subscribe, and thank you so much for joining us.